Take a look at the season Tua Tagovailoa has put together, quarterback for the Dolphins. Passer rating, almost 116, first in the NFL. Yards per attempt, first in the NFL. TD passes per attempt percentage, first in the NFL. Winning percentage, third in the NFL. Completion percentage, almost 70%, third in the NFL. And a 15-3 touchdown to interception ratio. So Ashley, Tua is getting it done. It's made a little bit easier because you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and they make quarterbacks look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I just think really we were just talking about this on the episode of our Orange and Brown Talk podcast that we recorded today. I just think he has it made with those two guys because they are nightmares in space. All he has to do is kind of place the ball in their vicinity. And I think this is why it's going to be such a tough test for this Browns secondary, because that speed is so hard to replicate, especially the speed that Tyreek Hill has in particular. I think the Browns are going to try their best to do that in practice. Maybe a guy like Anthony Schwartz is going to be playing some Tyreek Hill this week as they prepare for Miami. But overall, I think that's what makes Tua so lethal. He doesn't have the biggest arm in the league or anything, but you look at yards per completion, it's because he has great receivers like that. And I think the Dolphins kind of went the route that we see a lot of teams in the NFL go, where maybe they have a younger quarterback who has some question marks. So they say, you know what, we're going to surround this guy with as much talent in the pass game as we can and see what he can do. And so far, you know, he's gotten it done despite having to miss some time with those concussions earlier this year.
So I watched a lot of their game against the Bears, and they threw over the middle a lot. This is along those lines. Pro Football Focus has this. So most receptions gaining 15-plus yards. Tyreek Hill is first with 30. Jalen Waddle is tied for second with Justin Jefferson with 22. But what they do is they get them out into space, and those guys are fast. And Tua is giving them the ability to run onto the ball. He's on target, which that is the key right there.
Yeah, I mean, like that graphic before said, only 3 interceptions this year, right? I mean, he's not really giving the ball away either, but yeah, because of those guys, again, because of their speed, you just kind of get them the ball. If they have a little alley, you know, they're going to take it. They find those gaps really easy, I think. And when you watch them, that's the number one thing that stands out. Tua's taking care of the ball right now, and he's finding those guys, and those guys are taking care of their end of the bargain too, and kind of turning some of these shorter passes, or like you said, passes up the middle, into more explosive plays that maybe other receivers wouldn't quite be able to do the same way.